Welcome to Doc's Daily Dose for Dads, prescribed by Dr. Harrison. Well, as you can see, I've got a special guest observer here. Adris, you want to say hi?
Hi.
So he's just hanging out with me. He just wanted to be in the video. He's not sharing anything today, so he's just kind of chilling. But what I wanted to talk about was something that came to me the other day when my kids got a chance to see my high school and college highlight film for football. Now, it made me super proud and super thankful, and I mean, it inflated my ego a little bit, and they sat and watched it, and they watched it over and over, and they were screaming and hooting and hollering and smiling and getting amped up, and it felt great. You know, it absolutely felt great. And my son actually wrote on the garage door, because we have the door where we sign with all the guests. They get to sign their name. He wrote, and I'm reading it, "Best football player and dad ever." And it got me thinking, and he started to talk to me more about when I played and how he really wants to play football. And I had to let him know, don't ever try to be like me. I want you to be better than me. And it brought me back to my dad. Now, a couple years back, I did a podcast with my dad. It was about a 27-show episode. It chronicled his entire life. I'm actually going to re-release it. It's fascinating if you haven't heard it before. I mean, it's so telling about who I am and where I am in life. And the podcast had a bit of a break, and it got cut short, or at least paused for a minute, because he got locked up. And while he was away and we were corresponding back and forth through letters, I had wrote him and said, I want to call the show Like Father, Like Son. And is that okay with you? And he wrote back, and I also wanted to get a tattoo of that, Like Father, Like Son. And he wrote back, "No, I want you to actually make it like son, like father. And the reason being is I raised you to be better than me, and you've accomplished that, so now I strive to be more like you." And that blew my mind. That he just had the ability to self-reflect on what he wanted for me, and how he had done a good job in part with my mom in raising me to be a better person than he felt he was. And so now he had a new goal of making sure to try to live up to what he's, helped raise as a child. And that's what I want for these guys. I don't want them to ever feel like they have to be like me or do the things that I've done. I want them to be their own people, do their own things, have their own interests, and be better than me all around. Not just as an athlete, but as a human being, as a husband, as a father, as a friend. I want them to be great, great people, better than I ever was, especially at a younger age, because I went through some rough patches where I wasn't the kindest or most humble person in the world. So don't put this shadow cast over your child so that they're living in your shadow. Now, sometimes it's hard if you do some really great things and you're kind of thrust in the spotlight. There's not much you can do about, other people's opinions. But what you can do is let them know that they never have to live up to anything you did. So even if others are casting the shadow, they never feel like they're in your shadow, because they know who they are and what they're all about. And they know that you want them to be greater than you ever were. And how do you do that? You champion their interests. You don't make your focus on what they're doing about what you did. I play football, so you got to play football. Nah, if you don't like it, don't play it. I don't care if you play sports at all. Right? But I do know the discipline and hard work it takes to be great at anything, so I can show you that in whatever is the endeavor in life that you choose to take on, whatever challenge that is. So I want my boys to simply be better than me. Now, the other way that I do that, besides championing them in their interests, is by trying to be the best version of me possible, by always trying to improve, by doing self-evaluations, by reading books, by taking on challenges and doing different activities, right? They see me doing that and realize that there are no limits. There aren't going to be any limits for them. And they will do so as well. And as technology gets better, information gets better, education gets better, all the different things that come out to help people improve who they are and the things they get to observe and they'll be around, well, they'll benefit from that because they see dad doing it, so they'll probably imitate as well and be able to be those better people. And I will have had a part in doing that. So again, the only piece of tangible advice here for you to take is don't cast a shadow onto your kid that they have to live into. Champion them in their interests. Lead by example. And let them know vocally, you don't have to be me. Adris, you don't have to be me. I want you to be better than me, and I want you to do whatever it is that you want to do in life, and you never have to live up to anything you think that I was. I want you to be the best version of Adris possible, okay? Cool? All right, buddy. All right, that's Doc's Daily Dose for Dads. Don't forget to hashtag Doc's Daily Dose for Dads. Hashtag 4D, all social media at rebirthbx. Check out the website, rebirthbx.com, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music. I'm super excited for whatever your kids turn out to be. Mine as well. Especially if it's better versions of us. Talk to you tomorrow.